Hey everyone, it's David here once again, and today I'm going fishing today, finally, in the state of Massachusetts. That's right. So I know it's been a while because, you know, based on the rain in New England, of course. And even though tomorrow is going to be a nice day, but let's just say there's something else that's going on. So anyway, let's head to the head to the pond and go out fishing. So, see you then. Alrighty guys, so here we are at this pond and we're gonna do some fishing. Hopefully we catch something today, but I don't know. Now I haven't really changed the line, or I haven't really done that a lot lately. The only reason I haven't done it because I don't know how to, I don't know, there's like certain knots how to change them. You know, like when you have certain knots to change them, you just don't know. You know, like, you know, knot changing, for example, is, well, not changing, knots, like tie a knot. There's so many of them too. Some of them are a little difficult. And looks like we're having some play, but doesn't look like a lot of play to me, or not just prepared for the action, so. Well, let's see how it went. When it does some nibbles, it's not gonna do. All right. Didn't really do anything, but you know, it's so nice to do some fishing. Even though I got my license already in May, but I haven't done fishing in here. I did some in New Hampshire from the last time, but of course I didn't catch anything, you know. But let's see. It's a little windy today. So, oh, I stepped in mud. That's right. So, like, I like to see, like, if I can catch anything today. It'd be nice, though. I'm only doing this for probably about an hour and a half. So, let's see. But it's so nice to, you know, go out and fish. I'm already out of job. Well, I wouldn't say out of job. I'm not. You guys already know I drive a school bus, and I'm on vacation. So, and I've been trying to fish on a Saturday, but it's been rainy and all that stuff. So it doesn't really help when it rains and all that stuff. So I know one time I used to do it on Sundays, but I don't really do it now because, I mean, I like to go to the gym, so, on a Sunday. So, just want to see how things are going. And I got nothing. And of course there's this thing messing up the whole rod. Well, not the rod. Why am I saying things I don't even know what I'm trying to say? It's line. Well, I guess you have a lot of things that you have. The rod, the reel, a lot of combos that you have, or whatever you call it. So, I do want to change on, I have a bait caster that I do want to change the line on. So I'd like to try using on that and then see if that would, you know, help, you know. Although I don't recall catching a fish here on this side. I've caught a fish here, and there's some people down there, so we're not really going down. We don't have to go down there right now. I don't know how long I don't know how long they've been here, or how long we've been here. So, it looks like we got activity going on, unless that's the water. I don't know if it's choppy or just a little like it'd be nice if I catch something. You can see I just tug it, or it doesn't look like I. Oh, yep, caught a fish. Oh no, I.
That's the like camera friendly, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh, well, I thought I caught something, but it went out. The hook went out. Well, not hook went out. It must have escaped, you know.
Well, we had a better catch like right at sundown.
Yeah, that's what they told me. Yeah, I've done it before. Like, I went up to New Hampshire one time. I caught some decent fish, so it was nice. So,
Right at sundown.
yeah.
Well, right after it rained.
Oh, yeah, that's... They always tell me that one way or another, so... Oh, yes. Thanks, you too. Darn, I can't believe I missed... I can't believe that. That was not called for. I knew I caught something, but no, it did not work. Oh yeah, there's that duck that she was talking about. Alrighty, well, I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, put another worm on there, so let's try this again. Although I don't know what type of fish that was. That probably was a regular bluegill. You know? So, yeah, alright. Yeah, that was probably a regular bluegill. Maybe the way it looked like it from when I saw it from the surface, but must have unhooked itself out. So it's like, does that count or does not count at all? I don't know. Well, anyway, in case you want to know, that you know that woman I just talked to when that fish let out, and it is true that the best time you can go fishing is when it's later in the day, like if it's like in the evening hours, and if it's like, you know, or after it rains. Yes, that is true. You know, one time when I was at camping one time, like nearly 2 years ago, this was the video when my cousin came up, my older cousin came up. That was in the Walmart fishing rod video. So, and we were fishing that hour too, around that. I don't really remember the time, but I do remember like it was later and all this stuff. And you know, and that's when I caught that fall fish. I know we were talking about in the video that it looked like a trout based on the size, but it wasn't really a trout. According to the Fish Brain app, it was called a fall fish. So, but it was a decent sized fish, a new species that I've never caught before, and all this stuff. But afterwards, but then when my cousin left and I went up fishing that next day, if I got that right, that is, I caught a catfish. yes, that's my first catfish, you know. And then of course you talk about the catfish that I caught last year at this spot, although it's at that spot right there, not here though, but technically right here, well, technically on that other side, but at this pond I caught the catfish, you know. And he informs me that, about the guy who was there. Well, not the one who was here today, not the couple, but the guy who saw me caught the catfish here. He was telling me that they were good. They're good to eat and all this stuff, although I don't really catch and cook and all this stuff or do anything like that. And that's when he told me that they got stingers in the back, so meaning that they have the stingers. You guys already know catfishes have stingers on their fins and the pectoral fins and all the stuff. So that technically that's what you got to be watching out for. With that attempt, when I was trying to release it, well, not really, I was releasing it, and that's when it came out, and I almost got stung because it wiggled around. There's a way of holding it too. Like, there's a way of holding the catfish the certain way. Like, you have to hold it like in a certain way and all that stuff, so that way the fins can only go out that far, so it does not like stab you. And we're going all the way there to the right, so we're gonna bring it in. I'm gonna set my drag because it took a little slow when I got in. It took a little slow when I brought it in. As expected, no nibble, so that's okay. All right, so I'm gonna try again at this spot. So yeah, that they have stingers in the back. They have stingers in they're called the pectoral fins, and you have to hold them in the right way. So it's like, I seen them on video, like how to hold a catfish, and it's like in a certain way. Like, it's nowhere, it kind of looks like it's near like the point, the stingers, but it's actually not. They only go as like a far, and then but you also got to be careful not grabbing the back of it, because that also has a stinger too. It's like they obviously they have venom inside, and it's well, I mean, I don't know if you could have an allergic reaction. You could. It brought you to the hospital because it's like a bee sting, but way worse. So blood comes out and all that stuff. It's pretty grotesque. So, not that I've got stung by one before, but oh. Nope. I thought I got something. It looked like activity I got, but I don't know. Yeah, so like, and there's a certain way to catch a catfish too, like the bottom feeders. So if you bring your lure down, like your, well, let's say live bait, and they will, they will take a nibble out of it. There's other ways that catfish will like to eat as well. Besides night crawlers, they eat like hot dogs or something like that. So lots of typical ways. So, alrighty. Okay, I mean, the only reason I cut off the video was because this, like, it goes to a 2-part and all that stuff, depending on how long you have the video on for, or such as like, the setting on your camera, like 4K or whatever, Sometimes it's like 8 minutes, 11 minutes, and all this stuff. And it's kind of like a pain in the neck because when I'm doing all this editing thing on the film, I almost said film, but the movie Bobby, and what it does is that it does the, you know, because it goes from like 2 instead of 1, and I don't know why it does that. It's just like it cuts off from one section to the other, so, and it's like, you know, it changes the order of the film. I don't know why the GoPro does that, so, but that's just the way it is, you know. And I tend to, you know, keep it, I tend to accept it, but I mean, it's not like it's a big deal. It's just filming with, and then you just use the, you know, you just use the filming editing, you know. I remember when my Christmas video, like Christmas Eve video about my Jeep, I'm driving on Christmas Eve, and I remember that it had to be part 1 and part 2 because I had a problem with Nuvavi when I was doing all that. Not Nuvavi, Filmora. Filmora was not being a friend to me either way, so it was just too much of a pet peeve. So, you know, storage and all that stuff wasn't really helpful, and I couldn't even change the title. Now, I couldn't change the title either on the thing or title on YouTube. I don't know, but in order to change the title on YouTube, I would have to go on my laptop. Now, if that wasn't being a pain in the neck with that, I would have actually, you know, with the, because with the Filmora, it crashes and freezes and all that stuff, and that takes a lot of, and, oh, don't know if I, oh, you saw that? Oh my goodness. Huh. That counts. There's a fish. I just saw it dragged right in there. A little fish. Alright. Oh, and there goes that. Alrighty, well, it swims away. That counts as a fish, but that wasn't really what I wanted to go for, because let's just say that was alrighty, well, that counts as a way. Alright, sorry, just trying to think of something. Yeah, so I think that was the fish that tried to the fish tried to catch my worm one time, and I don't know what this duck is doing. Although I was afraid of it one time when I flinged it and all that stuff. It was going right towards the pond that the water actually. So, what are you doing, ducky? So, well, I mean, that does count as a little fish, but it just swam away. It got off my hook before it even did anything. So, alrighty, well, I'll be right back. Alrighty, well, it only took a little nibble of it, as you can see, and this is just the remaining of it, so, and yeah, so I think we'll just use this little piece and just see any luck goes from it, and just go from there. I don't want to get near to the tree. I don't want to get caught in that. Well, anyway, that was perfect. Alrighty, so what are the plans for fishing this week? I mean, not this week, but what are the plans for this year's fishing? Well, actually, I do have a rod that I'm going up north with. Yeah, I bought another rod, but not the one that is gonna be the one I just did. So I bought a smaller rod. It's like a 4 feet rod. And what it is, that it's a small rod, and not only that, I have a kayak that I have, and I had my kayak for about almost 10 years now, but I haven't really gone on it that much though, because, well, I have a jet ski. So if I do that, it's like go on the kayak instead of going on the jet ski, you know, that would actually make it a lot better. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go on my kayak when we go up north. So instead of like fishing off the dock, well, I'll be still fishing off the dock, you know, off the fishing dock. It should be on when we go back up there, because that's ridiculous that there's no fishing dock up there. And when I was up there, and I was fishing at a place that you're not supposed to fish, but what are you supposed to do? Well, hey, next time put a fishing dock up there. It's not that hard to do. Anyone could do it. So, oh, what is this, playing games with me now, or you just trying to? I caught the little fish right there, so. Oh, I still got the worm. But looks like my thing got a little messed up. Alrighty. Seems like, and I'm using the other weights, not the bullet weights, so oh, there goes that one. That duck is still here today, as you can see. I guess he'll be my guest for my channel today. So, oh, I don't like the feeling of that. Usually when that happens, it's usually something on the tip of it. So, alrighty. What's going on here now? Oh, my shoe was on the bait. Right. So, with the kayak, I don't know exactly when I'll be on it. I mean, it could be like, you know, during the day, obviously. I don't know if it's like in the afternoon, depending on how choppy the water. Also, too, the choppy water always plays a role too, you know. I'm just going out there and just go on my kayak and go fishing and just do it that way. So, I won't bring a lot of things. Like, I mean, the only thing I could bring is obviously not just the rod, probably get some hooks and all that stuff, in case something weird happens, and the pliers and all that stuff, and just obviously I have to get my fishing license for New Hampshire, because I could get stopped for fishing, especially on the boat by a Marine Patrol. I actually got pulled over by the Marine Patrol. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I think I have, but I got pulled over by the police back in 2017. Well, Marine Police. So, and because I went past a buoy that I was too close, and I was supposed to be like, I think he said 5 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour. So now, I mean, I told him that my speedometer didn't work. I mean, it didn't work when I got it and all that stuff. But however, you know, but I should have told him that, oh, I didn't even see it, or I thought that I was not close enough to. I didn't know I was that close, so, but I got a warning out of it. So he just asked me for my registration for the boat and the license, well, boating license. He asked if I had a driver's license on me, but I didn't have it on me. So he goes, no, okay, that's fine. So I guess it just wants to match the, you know, match the name and all the stuff. But I mean, I don't know if that's required, but I mean, all the same info is on there, but I guess it just wants the same exact info. So I don't know. It was on the opposite side, like where the train tracks is, right off of Route 125. So if I do that, now hopefully the jet ski will be running when we got it running in September and all this stuff. It seems like it's running nice, and I wanted to gun it so bad. It was like I wanted to hit that accelerator, but we were in the backyard, and that's when, like, you know, it seems like it's running, but we look like we need something like spark plugs or whatever. But because what happened was that, like I said in the video, there was something that had to do with the battery and all that stuff. But the one topical reason that my mind wasn't in it was because of what happened with my little sister. You know, when my little sister's fiance called off the wedding, and this was back in about a year ago, and we almost went home because my sister said something, you know, because she said something not nice to my dad, saying that I'm 30 years old, so, and I can do whatever I want, or I don't need mommy and daddy tell me what to do. So that's when my dad lost it. Now, I mean, we ended up moving. I almost didn't want to go back home. I wanted to go back to my plane. Where is it? It's like a jet. We're going to Aruba this year. So yeah. So with the kayak, I don't know exactly when I'll be on it. I mean, it could be like, you know, during the day, obviously. I don't know if it's like in the afternoon, depending on how choppy the water. Also too, the choppy water always plays a role too, you know. I'm just going out there and just go on my kayak and go fishing and just do it that way. So I won't bring a lot of things. Like, I mean, the only thing I could bring is obviously not just the rod, you know, probably get some hooks and all that stuff, you know, in case something weird happens, and the pliers and all that stuff. And just obviously I have to get my fishing license for New Hampshire, because I could get stopped for fishing, you know, especially on the boat by a Marine Patrol. I actually got pulled over by the Marine Patrol. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but I think I have. But I got pulled over by the police back in 2017. Well, Marine Police. So, And you know, because I went past a buoy that I was too close, and I was supposed to be like, I think he said 5 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour. So now, I mean, I told him that my speedometer didn't work. I mean, it didn't work when I got it and all that stuff. But however, you know, but I should have told him that, oh, I didn't even see it, or I thought I thought that I was not close enough to. I thought that I didn't know I was that close, so, but I got a warning out of it. So he just asked me for my registration for the boat and the license, well, boating license. He asked if I had a driver's license on me, but I didn't have it on me. So he goes, no, okay, that's fine. So I guess it just wants to match the, you know, match the name and all the stuff. But I mean, I don't know if that's required, but I mean, all the same info is on there, but I guess it just want the same exact info. So I don't know. It was on the opposite side, like where the train tracks is, right off of Route 125. So if I do that, now hopefully the jet ski will be running when we got it running in September and all this stuff. It seems like it's running nice, and I wanted to gun it so bad. It was like I wanted to hit that accelerator, but we were in the backyard, and that's when, like, you know, it seems like it's running, but we look like we need something like spark plugs or whatever. But because what happened was that, like I said in the video, there was something that had to do with the battery and all that stuff. But the one topical reason that my mind wasn't in it was because of what happened with my little sister. You know, when my little sister's fiance called off the wedding, and this was back in about a year ago, and we almost went home because my sister said something, you know, because she said something not nice to my dad, saying that I'm 30 years old, so, and I can do whatever I want, or I don't need mommy and daddy tell me what to do. So that's when my dad lost it. Now, I mean, we ended up moving. I almost didn't want to go back home. I wanted to go back to my plane. Where is it? It's like a jet. We're going to Aruba this year. So yeah. So yeah, so that's what happened. But we ended up staying, and the only reason we stayed was because there was nothing to do at the house. So we decided not to what is that thing? I thought it was like a frog or something. The duck's not here anymore. All right, I don't know exactly. I don't know what that was. We might move over here, like where the center is. So just see, you know, any activity before I go back home. You know, because I already caught a fish here at this spot. A little tiny one, but although I didn't really have time to take a picture of it, but that counts though, right? It does, you know. Hey, any fish size counts, regardless. So, but yeah, and anyway, when I was on the jet ski, my mind was, I wanted to get my mind off it. I just wanted to enjoy the water, enjoy the thing, but I knew there was something wrong with it, but I just didn't know why I didn't say anything. And that's when I ended up dying in the middle of the lake. So I was like, great, just great. So I said, can this day just get any worse? And not only that, we were only there for like 3 more days, 2-3 days or something like that. And we just, you know, you spend a lot of money on this thing. You know, it's like I almost wanted to, like, I would go with them, but I'd go back up and just say, hey, I'm sorry, but I want to go back up camping. I'm sorry. You know, but thank goodness though that didn't happen. And we didn't have to do that. All right, all right, I think we're gonna move to another spot, the center. Let's see how it goes. And alrighty, just let me log off and we'll go from there. Alright, we'll move to this spot today, and we'll probably might stay here for a little bit of a while before I head back home. So it's all near trees, so let's just keep this away. Though I probably should move down here where the ground is, because that's where, you know, I'll have a more further distance. Well, so oh, come on. I was just about to get something, you son of a gun. Oh my gosh, you're killing. Wait, it looked like something was after it. Oh. What if I had to yank it up? Like, go. See if that would. There's a way of doing it, like, although that's on bass, but I think it's on any fish. It was from a Zach D film short and all this stuff, so we'll see how that works. Although it's one of those little fishes, you know, from the here it doesn't look like a the wind. The wind, it's blowing this way. Alright, we're moving it this way because the wind drifted the line here, but let's check to make sure. Nope, I don't have a worm. There's no worm, so that's not going to do any good. Alrighty. So let's try this again with this sign. And alrighty. Although I don't know why I'm casting it this far up here, and I said that I was gonna go down here. I saw those couple, so just wish me luck and all that stuff. So I do not know. Oh, sorry, that was the thing. It was about the Karen Reed trial. That's right. In case you already know, on Wednesday, Karen Reed has pleaded not guilty for murder. You know? So, yeah, so she's pleaded not guilty for murder. So, unbelievable, huh? It was the longest trial ever. You know, a lot of things just not adding up. A lot of things were misreading. And there's no... And it's windy. Come on. I can't inspect my bait if the wind is blowing it. Alright, well, it took a little nibble out of it, but... let's just get rid of it. Maybe I'll try one more time at this spot, and then we'll move down here to... Yeah. Yeah. This wind is blowing. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, is that a animal? Like, what the heck is that thing? I hope not. That's not an animal. I don't know what that is, but that ain't right. Okay, I don't like... For some reason, alright, I'm gonna recast because so many narrow things and I don't know exactly. Oh, I must have nibbled in when I didn't see it. Oh, darn it. Alright, well. Ow. It's a lot of windy spaces and all this stuff, so it looks like my bob was messed up right now. I think I'm gonna try the different spot. I'm gonna try one more final spot since nobody is there right now. And yeah. That's why my bob was messing up, because as you can see. Spot for today, and we're just gonna call it quits. I catch it or not. Well, anything on this side. Although I don't really like where I'm at right now because of all the trees and all the stuff, but it never was like. Of course, in the direct sunlight I can't see. Of course, at the sunlight I cannot see, so I can't tell if I'm gonna catch anything at this site. Ah, jeez. Oh yeah, I can see my bobber, but slightly. Well, I don't say I catch anything or not, but I did catch something. That little fish, but I see something a little bit. This one. Pull the weights down a little bit. That way I'm not too far from the trees, but still. I'm not planning on like catching any catfish, or not trying to, but you know, I'm just trying to think of ways of like without catching the trees and the limbs. What time is it? Oh, it's past 5:30 right now. Ah, come on. There we go. Alright, let's see if this will do it. Oh. Oh, the line on the top of it just got all tangled up. I don't know what happened there. That's not good. It got tied up with a thing. The top of the... whatever the thing is called. I can't think of it right now. Plus with this long stretch of line, I gotta be extra careful it doesn't get tangled in anything. So... Alright, well, I'm gonna recast that because that was not good. Because that should have been a little better. If something gets in the way, just, yeah. Alright, well, that's a little better. You know, I caught a lot of bluegills here at this spot, including that catfish I mentioned earlier. And oh, sorry, that stole me. That was a bug. Sorry. Something stoles me like that. It's just like, ugh. So, but yeah, there was it's always at this spot. I haven't caught it a bass, or at least not yet. Not on this site. You know what I want to do? It's like my dad showed me, like, there's pants that you go up to your waist, you walk into the water, and then you can cast a little further that way. You know, I like to try to do that. I don't know, like, size, I'm just gonna think of the size. See if that would do it. So... you know... Ah. Oh gosh, look at this. Oh, okay. I'd like to try to put a bullet weight on it next time. Duck. It's cast. There we go. So, like I said, I haven't caught a bass here. And it'll be nice if I catch one here. Though I know it's impossible with the The sound of nature. More like anything. I'm just gonna reel it in because it's going to the right. And it ain't catching me anything. Of course, with this depth of the water, it doesn't really, you know, I can't really tell. So, like if I got those pants, we got a crow. I just got something. I don't know what it got. Yep, it's a fish, but what is it, if I may ask? Oh, it's a catfish. What do you know? A dang catfish. Alright, well, so much for those things. Alrighty, well, shoot, yeah, that's a catfish, alright. Oh, thank you. Yes, and it's catfish. Yeah. Well, I caught one here last year, so yeah. So that's new to me. Great, that's freaking great. Catfish. Be careful with these things. Will, see that? Well, guys, I caught myself a catfish. That's right, the stinking catfish. Wow, insane. Alrighty. Another catch of the day. Actually, that's a video. Watch what happens when I do this. He's taking bite. Come on, buddy, don't bite me. Ow, 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 you son of a biscuits. He's taking a bite. I think he swallowed a hook, which that's not nice. Oh, yeah, I think he swallowed it. Stop chomping on me. Alright, now I don't know what to do. Yeah, you can see. Let's get a little closer to the fins. Yeah, one of them thinks it's the pectoral fins right there, so he's Alright, I gotta get this guy out of here before. Alright guys, that's gonna be a wrap for the video. As you guys already know, so I caught two fishes, including that little one and a catfish. So, yeah, and this one took a bite out of me. Obviously, as always, I actually did have gloves in the thing. in my car, in the truck, but I forgot to get them because I don't know, I was not expecting to catch catfish. But you know, well, based on the line and all the stuff, so you guys already know that. So yeah, all right, so nice way to start out the summer. I don't know when I'm gonna be out fishing, either by next week or going up to camp. I don't know. So my dad just sent me a text message saying, did you put it back? Because I sent him a picture of the catfish. I'll say yes. So yeah, alrighty guys, so that's gonna be a wrap of this video. And also today's my dad's birthday today, so I got a card for him. So alrighty, so make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell button so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.